Welcome back to the K Squared podcast.
So apparently, flying's a bad idea right now.
Flying is very much a bad idea.
Very, very bad. We've had
good shit. We got nothing planned for a while.
It's 6?
It's 5 or 6 this week.
6 or 7, I know of.
Yeah.
This week alone.
Yeah. There was 2 main in the headlines, but
I guess we'll get to the 2 main ones.
Yeah, the significant ones first. I mean, they're all significant, but
we'll get to the main one. F-35 that decided to hit a guy
in Alaska. Yeah,
in Alaska. This is not in order, by the way.
Yeah, of when it happened.
This is in order of severity, I guess.
Yeah.
There was a Cessna in the warehouse in LA.
In LA or in the LA area?
I think it was LA. I'm not sure if it was LA. I didn't look too much in that one.
Okay. Because I saw a fire at a factory in Bakersfield.
I don't know if it caused a fire. I think it just went through the roof.
Okay. I didn't know if it was connected.
I think there was. I heard something about it. One in, I think, Ohio. I'm looking at the side plane.
Nobody likes Ohio.
There was the Learjet in Pennsylvania.
Yep. You talked about one in Chicago, possibly earlier. I didn't. I
seen one video on it on TikTok. I don't know how true it is.
Yeah.
It was apparently
that could have been old.
Apparently, a plane hit one of the tugs, running around and knocked it over. It could have been old. It could have just been because now we're talking about it instead of the movie. So I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah.
And then probably the main one, besides the
one in Philly.
Besides the one in Philly,
was the DC mid-air collision.
Mid-air collision over there.
It's over. Yep. And to add on to that, with planes not working, Frontier had a whole ground stop for a technical issue this week.
Awesome. Love to see it.
Which Frontier runs off of shit from the 70s. So
apparently planes just don't work. So if you're gonna fly, I guess find a way to fly by yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's like superpower or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because apparently using any kind of flying machine is a bad idea right now.
Right. Boeing is loving life right now. I'll tell you that for free. They ain't got to deal with reports about them anymore.
Right.
Everything is other planes right now.
Pretty sure none of them were Boeing planes.
No, well, a lot of them were little planes. F-35 is a Lockheed.
What? Does Boeing know the Black Hawk?
No. It's Sikorsky.
Oh, okay. This is Boeing's fine.
Yeah, so Boeing's fucking chilling, bro. Boeing's happy as hell this week.
Surprisingly, they're okay for once.
If you go check stock prices right now, I'm sure they're in the green.
Fucking hell, dude. But yeah, and of course, knowing how the internet is, everything's a fucking conspiracy, so that's fun.
It's a conspiracy, and we're trying to place blame in 5 seconds.
Yeah. That's
which
everyone's trying to do that, and even
our amazing president is doing the same thing, which is fucking stupid.
But I mean, I might agree with you for he needs to shut the fuck up for something.
Yeah,
sometimes.
He needs to shut up. But literally, like the issue I have with all these people placing blame so quick. We don't know enough, but also, how about you go fly a plane?
How about this? You
probably couldn't even turn the bitch on. Right. I know I can't. There's no way I can figure out how to turn the plane on. I'd hit a button and self-destructed the plane before it would turn on.
Probably right. What is it? 14 steps per plane?
Yeah, probably. We could go ask our buddy that flies.
Good.
Yo, how do I turn this plane on real quick?
Why?
That guy in Seattle, you remember him from years ago? He stole a plane. Just started doing like barrel rolls and shit.
He's listening to a backflip by any chance. It's like, what?
Literally.
He's just talking to APC.
He's just chatting away.
Chatting away, got 2 fire jets following him.
But he ended up dying, but it's fine.
Didn't he dive bomb into the ground?
He definitely did do that. Just like the Learjet.
Toward the end. Dude, that thing was fucking moving.
That thing was hauling
God damn.
And all the people saying it was a missile, you're done.
Right, because they're like, oh, a Learjet can't make the explosion. Motherfucker, it had full tank fuel.
It just took off.
And do you know what compressed oxygen does when it gets...
Fireball.
Yeah.
Fireball.
Because, remember, the cabin's filled with compressed oxygen.
Right. Yeah.
And then, I don't know exactly how much jet fuel a fucking Learjet holds. But I know it's not a small amount.
Yeah, it was a Learjet 55, so I don't know. I think that's a mid-size, because they make a Learjet 72 that's bigger.
I think the 50, it was I think the Medevac Learjet.
Yeah.
On I heard a return flight after they got cured from whatever disease they had.
Yeah.
So that's messed up in its own. But
Bird flu.
Usually birds are the ones taking planes down.
Still did. If you think about it.
I don't know if it's that or not.
Yeah, we don't know. But
no, that thing was hauling ass coming down.
Yeah, that thing was moving.
Like, do you see any of the Ring video cameras?
Took throttle stuck to a whole new level.
Right. Took any of the Ring, like Ring cameras or like cameras.
There was somebody pretty close that caught it on a Ring camera. They were like standing outside their door or something, and then they just took off pew in the house.
I'm thinking, shit, I would too. I'm like, damn. Don't want to get hit by debris. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, then there's also the video of the guy that was in drive-thru.
That was hilarious.
He's over
Bro's ordering him a Big Mac and a 10-piece, and he's just like, there's a damn plane that just crashed. And he just doesn't move. They're like, what would think you would drive away?
You can literally see debris hitting his car.
Yeah.
Just like,
Bro had like embers flying in the open window, and he's just like, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to sit here.
Yeah, that one, not only did the entire alien passion on the plane die that one, so did
everybody in Potomac.
4 people in them. Just that was kind of running around in the Philly area.
Oh, you're talking people on the ground. There was a lot of calls for fatalities and injuries.
I think there was a couple car and stuff.
Yeah,
they hit just in the middle of like a mall.
Yeah, well, I think they said it was near a mall. Yeah,
it was pretty close to a big mall.
Yeah.
So it was a decent amount of people.
I mean, Philly's the 4th biggest city in the country.
Yeah.
So, that checks.
Not nearly as high as the biggest one. It was, I want to say, 67 total?
Counting both planes, yeah. Both aircraft. Which 3 in the chopper and 64 in the plane.
Which that's one of the people said, oh, why did take off from Saudi Arabia, like embassy thing in DC? So it was our house is owned by Saudi Arabia.
That's weird.
Which is so anyway. I don't know if it's secure tracking wasn't right on that.
What I want to know mostly,
they probably started scrubbing that tracking pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because of military.
The biggest thing I want to know is why is a CRJ 700 flying halfway across the country when it's a regional plane?
What do you mean? Like
flew from Wichita, Kansas, bro. That's a long flight for a CRJ.
That is a long flight for a CRJ, actually.
I've been thinking about that all week.
I didn't think about that until you bring it up. That's
because they were like, oh, it's an American.
I didn't think CRJs had enough fuel capacity for that.
Clearly, they did. They probably filled it up. But
yeah, I mean,
what's confusing to me is they said, like, I saw the video from like the tower or from some nearby camera.
There's a couple cameras. There's another one that came out, which is a little bit closer.
Yeah,
and you can see both. You can see the plane spiraling down the ocean into the river, and then
Black Hawk kind
of diving off.
Yeah,
well,
but
after the tail's already broken off.
Yeah, but what's so weird is as soon as they said an American plane and a helicopter, my brain immediately goes to like a 737.
See, that's what I thought too.
Because I'm like American doesn't run CRJs, and then I was like,
well, it's not.
Oh,
it's
yes,
under
they do.
Americans. I think it was under like a different
American Eagle.
American
Eagle was printed on the plane.
It was like some kind of other. I know there's another company, but below American Airlines.
Yeah. subsidiary
company that was running that plane. But I think it was. But everyone's like, "Why? How do you run into a plane?" It's like, well, it's a very, very dense helicopter route.
It's a very dense
and also the airport's too small.
Airport's way too small.
For the amount of traffic in and out of the airport, it's too small.
The huge issue I have, right? So you have 3 major airports in that rough area. You got BWI up by Baltimore. You got Dulles on the west side of Arlington, and Reagan between Arlington and DC.
And there's also a couple heliports not too far from that area too.
And there's a couple little regional airports around there.
I think some heliports as well. But the problem with that area is you don't have a lot of room to move.
No, because there's a lot of stuff there's
a lot of no-fly zones.
Yeah, no-fly zones.
Because of your Pentagon, you're over
Pentagon, Capitol, White House. Can't fly over any of it.
Yeah, so it's all restricted airspace. I think there's only a couple people that can fly in general. That's like what's the helicopter called? The president.
Marine something.
Is it Marine One?
Marine One, I think. Yeah.
The Air Force One is the plane, the big fucking
747.
747. They obviously can't land there.
Yeah, it's Marine something.
I can't remember the exact name for that. But that's the only thing allowed in that area.
Yeah.
So
the issue I have, and I agree with my dad on this because he and I were talking about it the other night over dinner, that Reagan, because you're in a river, you can't expand anywhere. Like, you can't lengthen runways because you're literally landlocked. You're locked by land on one side.
I'm not saying the runway is too short. I'm saying land.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't expand the airport in any direction. Because if you go into Arlington, you're going to be taking out neighborhoods to expand the airport. Right. So that's just not going to fly.
And you can't take the river out because that's taking shipping lanes out.
Right.
From all the barges and whatever.
So my dad said this, and I fully agree that as inconvenient as it would be, Reagan probably needs to close.
Honestly, I can see that.
And everything needs to be out of Dulles and BWI unless you reopen Reagan on like the north side of DC and get it out of the river, out of the middle of the city.
Maybe. I feel like it is kind of bad positioning.
It's terrible positioning because you can't fly over anything.
Right, and then also just the traffic in and out there is crazy. So that's another thing.
And the Potomac is a huge helicopter route,
there's two of them.
As everyone
there's
has
two
said.
helicopter routes above that river.
Yeah, and everybody's been reporting that all week.
And then the thing is,
they had to make a plane go around the day before the collision because there was a helicopter in the way.
Yeah, there was a couple times. There's been the day before, and I think a couple weeks before.
Yeah,
multiple reports of
helicopters in the way of landing.
And or just too close, and they had to kind of move them around a little bit. Then the air traffic controller, everyone's trying to blame him because it's like there's only one of them there, and there should be more than one.
Well, there should be more than one, but they said they were also understaffed for that day. Anyways,
but you can't. And honestly, how busy that area is, you can't be relying on one guy to do
that. No, you can't run one person on that.
No. But it was like, what about all the collision mitigation stuff that airplanes have? It's like, okay, it's fine, except most of it's turned off below 500 feet.
Right.
It's still on, visually, but all the sound's off.
Right. Because you're dialed in on landing a plane.
Right. You're trying to land it. And then you don't want to sit there and be like, oh, traffic, or just start yelling about a bunch of other shit. Start yelling about whatever fuck.
Every 50 feet for landing.
Yeah, then you got, and then the helicopter, it has it too, sure.
Yeah.
But they were on a training flight, so it's probably turned off because they're doing all visual flying.
Yeah. That's probably, unfortunately, where the blame's going to end up.
Yeah.
In the final report.
I don't think it's turned off entirely, though. I think it's still on.
Yeah.
But they can't see it.
Right. But if you're flying BFR, you're in charge of.
But you're looking at where else?
Avoiding the collisions.
You're looking at all the lights from the city.
Yeah.
Looking at all the lights. It's night. It's already 8. It was almost 9 o'clock at night.
It was dark.
So it was dark. So you have all the lights from the city. You have all the cars moving around.
Yeah.
That are causing flashing lights. You have all the lights from all the other fucking planes and the heliports.
Any boats in the water.
Any boats that are moving around. You make it like, how do you not see a plane?
Imagine you're like a barge in a fucking river.
So they're here, right? Doing 200, or supposed to be at 200 feet.
Yeah.
And the plane's coming down. So you're not seeing this plane anyways.
No.
But everyone's like, oh, well, they should have seen him because the ATC was like, oh, do you see CRJ in sight? And I said affirmative. Problem is, they probably seen a plane that's farther out.
Yeah.
So there was another plane.
Because there was a plane behind them.
Probably a few hundred feet farther up the river. And I can't remember if they're on a glide path or if they're coming out takeoff. I can't remember which way plane was going.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Might have gone to one instead of the main runway.
Yeah, the main runway that the CRJ was supposed to land on.
Right.
Originally.
They diverted around because of traffic on the runway and everything else.
Yep.
So they might just confuse it for that plane because you can't see it at night.
Right.
How do you know what size plane it is?
That's the other issue I have with that main accident is the short final where they're flying over the river and then turning last minute.
Yeah, it's...
You probably should have had them like go all the way around and line up with the other runway in the first place.
Right, but...
Obviously, you say that in hindsight knowing that an accident's happened, but...
And also the fact that...
If the river's a main route for helicopters, you shouldn't be descending over that river.
Right, because it's hard to... Because it is hard for anyone to see it. Because also, I think you have to go visual if you're too low.
Yes.
Because otherwise...
Because they were both flying under visual at that altitude.
Yeah, because otherwise all the stuff starts to get freaking the fuck out. Being that way.
Yeah, so they were both in charge of avoiding each other, which didn't happen.
And everyone's like, oh, the helicopter can avoid it because it's like, it's a black line, so it's maneuverable. It's like, it's maneuverable as fuck. But if you don't see it, what are you going to do?
It's curtains.
Like, because don't get me wrong, for how big that helicopter is, that fucker is hell maneuverable.
Yeah.
Could they avoid it? Yes.
Of course.
It was, oh, well, why do you climb 150 feet right before? It's like, if you're paying attention to the mountains, you know how easy it is to randomly just climb or descend 100 plus feet?
Well, if they descended 100 plus feet, they'd be in the water anyways.
But my point,
I know what you're saying.
Either direction, it's pretty easy to get a couple hundred feet just randomly without noticing. So that's nothing. That's whatever. No, it was targeted attack because there's certain people on the plane. It's like, okay, you're not everything with conspiracy.
Yeah. I hate conspiracy theories. Like,
the people trying to be like, oh, it's how the Titanic was. There's a bunch of people on the Titanic, so the Titanic they crashed the Titanic purposely. That's not how this works, guys.
Stupid.
Stop.
So stupid.
But no, it's like
bro. Imagine though, like real quick,
and it's all people that don't fucking know shit about it.
Of course, aviation. They don't know shit about aviation. Which, granted, we don't really either. I mean, we don't know a lot.
We know a little more than most of them.
We know planes and shit, but like we don't know how to approach a runway or cross traffic or none of that shit. But bro, imagine real quick, like you're a fucking like barge in that river, and you're fucking going about your day, and then just helicopter comes right through the middle of your boat. You're just like, the fuck was that shit?
What the hell?
What just happened?
Well, I feel like you see the fireball first, but what the fuck was that?
You probably wouldn't see it, but you probably hear it.
Well, it depends what direction you're
going. Right.
Obviously behind you, then fair enough. But
yeah. You see like a bright orange glow. You're just like, the fuck? It's a meteor.
Damn.
No, it's a helicopter.
Yeah. And also, military wouldn't just take themselves out for that. If they're going to take that plane out, they would shut it.
Yeah, it's Black Hawk. They got guns.
They have active armed men on the helicopter.
Yeah. Like we're not trying to pull a Japan 1941 out here. Like,
we're not kamikaze motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're not fucking dive bombing bitches. Like, we're not doing that shit.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, what's on the plane? Because it was a priority air transport. It's like, okay.
It's figure skaters, bro. Like, it was majority figure skaters and family.
Everyone's like, what's on the Black Hawk? Because it was a Pat 25 or whatever. It's like, it's a priority air transport. So, okay. It's military. Majority of that shit's priority.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you mean.
Shut up.
Majority of military flights are priority air transport for whatever reason. just to get around shit.
Yeah.
Like how military works 101, motherfuckers.
Yeah, right.
Calm down.
Yeah.
It's not that serious.
Yeah.
When then I think they scrubbed the tracking for both those planes now.
Mm.
So I think when people picked up on the tracking for the Black Hawk, it already started getting scrubbed, and that's when it looked like it took off from a random fucking house in DC, which I wouldn't see happening.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense.
So
I mean, I feel like
they scrub military flights all the time.
That, but also like you would probably scrub it because you're now holding an investigation, trying to figure out what happened.
Right.
So you don't need the public trying to interfere with any of that shit.
So they scrub both. They probably scrub both flight plans, but
I would imagine
by this point,
yeah.
But they probably started scrubbing the military one immediately because
the
military just does that all the time.
Right.
How hard is it to track a military flight? They start scrubbing that motherfucker probably. Why it's in flight still?
Yeah, they got an eraser following it on the map.
Pretty much.
Just like, nope.
No, you don't know where it came from. Where it's going. Because it doesn't say anything on both of those.
Yes.
All the time.
Usually it'll say where it took off from.
A lot of them will say the same area, Air Force Base.
Yeah.
We'll say it's here to here because they're doing
training flights usually. Like the F-35.
Yeah, F-35.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's probably scared shitless, but he's chilling.
Apparently there's been other issues with F-35 up there in a cold climate.
Which is funny because that's where both squadrons are based out of. There's Eielson.
Yeah, but apparently there's a bunch of reports of those planes having major issues. The new F-35 had an issue with cold, extreme cold.
But Alaska's pretty warm right now, I think.
Right now, but I'm saying they've had prior issues when it's colder.
Right.
The planes aren't working where they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Apparently, they patched it out or whatever. They went through and redid the plane a little bit.
It's military planes for you.
But
my brothers told us that from square one.
They're
held together by duct tape and goodwill.
Held together by duct tape and fucking prayers at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we ain't gonna know until the ADSB finishes their investigation with it.
Which that'll probably be a year plus from now.
At least. Because,
on all of them.
Well, yeah.
They release prelim reports in a month, but final reports aren't usually for a year.
Especially on major one in DC, it's going to take a long time to do it. Because now you have to do both black boxes.
Yeah.
They
already got them. Well, they already recovered the black boxes. They just got to find it.
Yeah. I think it's
usually it's fine up to 30 days in water. So usually they're fine.
There shouldn't be an issue if you recover anything on that.
Yeah. But I was obsessed years ago with MH370, the Malaysia plane that disappeared.
Still hasn't appeared, by the way?
No, never. If that thing has been in the ocean this whole time, you're not finding shit.
No,
because it's been 7 or 8 years now.
Yeah, it's just dead.
Yeah.
I think there's a proprietary battery.
Yeah, I think
watertight.
That's where I first learned about that stuff with black boxes, and I think they've said on every major accident, they've said you have, if it's in water, you have about 30 days to get anything off of it, or to recover it so that you can get stuff off of it.
Right.
Otherwise, there's too much water damage to recover anything.
Water start, but also water pressure is crushing over time.
Right. Yeah.
And it hard to just go into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any? They know how long it is in dry.
I think it lasts forever.
So they're not.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it does either, but the fact that they're trying to get their investigation done, then
usually you'll find it before the.
Yeah. You're usually chilling.
It lasts for a while. I don't say that lasts for.
Right. Because they're actively investigating the problem. They usually
most of them
fine.
You can't keep anything running with it.
Right.
Even say it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll start breaking. Otherwise, it'll start breaking.
Right.
So there's not much of big holes.
Yeah. So
it'll take a little bit for them. So I should get to these. Maybe it's
yeah.
Some of them are going to be as simple as mechanical failure.
That's probably
like the
off of the footage we've seen. That's probably the issue with the Learjet.
The Learjet definitely a mechanical issue.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like you said, the throttle might got stuck on that one.
Yeah, that bitch was hauling ass.
That's pretty fast even on a free fall. I feel like that thing was under.
Yeah.
And I think it was under full power too.
I think DC is going to come down to just pilot error mostly.
Which unfortunately is going to probably be the train flight from
the Blackhawk's probably going to eat the fault on that one.
Which
the F-35 is the only other one that I've actually seen.
That one's easy to
footage of.
That's easy to figure out.
Yeah, you go ask the pilot what the hell happened.
He's still here, so tell you what happened.
What's up, Randy? What happened?
Well, it just decided to start wigging out as I jumped.
Yeah, that one's probably going to either be pilot error or like a weather problem.
Older one with the weather problem. The computer started wigging out, so they're trained if the computer started messing up too bad. There's no proprietary manual anything on those planes.
Yeah. Remember the reports a while ago of the one that just like flew off on its own?
Oh, no.
The buddy ejected, and they were just like, "Oh yeah," it kept flying. I'm like,
it just kept going.
That's not how that works.
As long as it's flat enough, I guess it could technically.
Well,
until they started blessing me.
they literally found it in a forest, like not even a mile from where he ejected from.
Right.
So it's like
he
ejected, and it probably went.
No. I'm gone now.
They found it in a forest, like not far at all from where he ejected from.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh yeah, he ejected and it just kept going. I'm like, no, idiot.
It might have for a little bit.
Yeah. Like, no. Yep. It's kind of like a car. Take your hands off the wheel, it just starts doing whatever it wants to do.
Eventually it will, yeah.
Hit a bump in the road.
Anyway.
Just like an F-35. Anyway.
But yeah, there's no proprietary analog anything on those planes.
Yeah.
It's all computerized. So if the computer starts wigging out,
curtains.
Jump.
You're toast.
Just jump, dude. Leave the plane. And they're actually trying. I think they're trained for that too. The computers start going up, just leave.
Yeah.
It's only a couple $100 million. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Depends on the trim. They've said the Air Force one's like in the 80s. The Navy's in the 90s, and the Marines is like 103, I think.
It's stupid the price is like.
Yeah.
And the fact that if the computer starts on a small boat, just jump, leave the planes. Okay.
I mean, they'd rather have the person than the plane.
That's true.
But Lockheed's pissed.
Yeah, because they've had issues with it before, and they claim it. So,
yeah.
And also the fact that we're running fully computerized is kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So they don't have any analog anything.
Kind of weird.
Kind of odd. But I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
It's the Coke commercial from the Grammys. Computers will take over.
Well, apparently.
Wow.
And then there's people saying apparently we have the capability to remote control fly Blackhawks now.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if that's true.
I've never heard of that.
I didn't know we had the ability to remote control an actual Blackhawk.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. We can remote control planes because we have drones.
Yeah. They can also fly themselves.
Yes.
But yeah, people say, "Oh, the pilot wasn't doing anything. It was under remote control." I don't think that's how that works, bud.
Yeah, no.
I think you're just grasping at straws here, trying to put it somewhere.
Right.
I mean,
they've said they made it very clear that the Black Hawk crashing in the Potomac with the CRJ is just a huge addition to the Army's long list of problems recently with planes and just mechanical failures.
I don't think it's mechanical. I don't think it's mechanical.
Well, right, but just like accidents or different mechanical failures with certain stuff. Apparently, the Army's had a ton of issues recently.
I mean, you have so much stuff, eventually it's gonna start breaking down.
Right.
And some of the shit's old as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like some of these planes that we run still are old as dirt, I swear.
But based off of what happened, it's Sikorsky's fault.
No.
Because it's Boeing's fault that a door fell off a 10-year-old airplane.
Yeah. Literally how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Guarantees it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, it's your fault because of the plane. It's like,
because you made it. It's like,
what?
No.
That's going to happen to Learjet, too.
Yeah.
I don't know how old the Learjet was because I don't know that information.
Yeah.
You know, damn, it's always Learjet's fault. It's like, what? Okay. Don't say that works. You're telling me just because some random mechanical failure, it's their fault?
Don't worry, it's Lockheed Martin's fault that Alaska's cold.
Right.
Anyways.
Alaska's cold? Lockheed Martin's fault too. What the fuck?
How the hell?
What? Anyway, yeah, I don't know. You have so much equipment, eventually something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, look how much equipment that the military has.
Right. Yeah, they got a lot of shit.
Not even everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Eventually stuff's going to start breaking down.
Right, yeah. So.
And eventually you can't hide it because it's going to start, people are just going to start seeing it.
For sure.
Especially nowadays, I never have a phone, so. But
that was a lot of people's huge issue. There was a video of the one in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was like recording the fire from after the plane crash, and somebody was like walking out of the wreckage on fire, and they're like, "Yes, the scumbag that's filming the guy on fire rather than helping him. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
What are they gonna do? Like I don't got a fire blanket. I don't have water."
What do you fucking piss on him? What the fuck?
Like, what am I supposed to do?
I don't understand. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just how fast people are willing to blame, especially cameramen. They do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Because remember, if anything happens, the cameraman never gets hurt.
Oh yeah.
Just remember that.
Oh yeah.
But no, it's
the random dude screaming Allah Akbar. Fucking parking lot, dude. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, and of course people are couple on the ATC recording from that one too.
Yeah,
and they're saying that the voice changed right before the crash. So they're saying they got hijacked or something. I don't think that's happened.
That seems very unlikely. I mean, I guess it's possible, but
it just doesn't seem likely enough to make any sense.
No.
So
I feel like you'd be targeted somewhere more downtown Philly at that point.
I feel like it'd be more.
Philly destruction.
Have that much. In the whole scheme of the United States, Philly's not that big of a.
I mean, Philly's big. I mean, we already talked about it's like the fourth biggest city, but
I'm not saying the city's not big. I'm just saying it's not like a major hub for anything.
But you're not going to land it. You're not going to crash it down by Roosevelt Mall. You're going to go crash it down by like the Liberty Bell and shit. Like, go fly it into a building or something. There's so many other options if it's hijacked to try to take people out.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
if you're hijacking it to try to take out the most amount of people,
that's usually how that goes.
Then you're not going to put it where you did.
There's no motive behind
it.
No. There's just not.
No.
Because, newsflash, malls don't fucking matter anymore.
Malls haven't been relevant since the 90s.
It's like no one goes to malls anymore, so.
Nope.
Anyways. Yeah, no, it's crazy. This week has been insane with plane crashes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's been a really crazy week with that, with all of that going on.
Like, and maybe some of it might just be normal, like, mechanical failure.
Right.
Which should probably just happen all the time, but we don't see any of it because no one really cares. No one really cares that much because it's a random plane. They probably got out of it anyway.
Yeah.
Like those Cessna ones, they probably jumped out or whatever.
Right, but it's just weird that the way everything's gone, that it's all lined up.
I think the fact that the major one in DC happened, now everyone's like, oh, here's this, and here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. Hey, guess what? Another one's like, Dude, come on.
Yeah.
Like, stuff that would never get the light of day now does because of one major event.
Right. Like, the Philly one probably doesn't hit national headlines if the DC one doesn't happen.
Probably right. Right. It probably would kind of sickle around for a little bit.
Yeah.
In like that area, that's it.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be.
Like, it would have been in the big string of metropolis of, like, New York to DC on the news, and that was probably it.
They would have kind of not covered too much. But now the fact that the one in DC happened, being the big one, now the smaller,
all of these
now all these smaller ones are getting national coverage because everyone, the computer theorists.
You know what that reminds me of? All of the train derailments.
All the one, yeah.
From several years ago. Like the huge one in Ohio that had the big chemical spill in the fire. And then all the other little ones.
There was one recently for a train derailment.
That doesn't surprise me.
The one in the Texas one?
Didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No. But the huge one in Ohio happened, and then all the little ones happened after.
He actually jumped the train.
How's that happen?
So some oversized load was stuck on a track somehow. So apparently someone fucked up on
Routing it.
On routing.
Oh, okay.
Apparently it stuck, and then a train came and hit it, and the train literally hopped up and went back down, and then derailed and ended doing stuff. The whole thing for a while.
Yeah.
That was probably a month ago.
Yeah, no idea. But yeah, the huge derailment happened in Ohio, and then like all of the other little ones, and they're just like, oh yeah, Biden and put his money in infrastructure, and trains are derailed.
There was people that were saying the one from Texas. They were talking about the one from Ohio in the comment section of the one from Texas. It's like, dude, really?
Bro, that was 2.5 years ago.
But the fact to bring up now again, it's like, why?
Relax.
It's not that serious.
Relax.
It's like, apparently now everybody's a computer theorist.
Yeah. Everyone is.
It's like, dude,
there's conspiracies about every single thing.
Now some of it might have a truth to it, but not everything is.
Yeah.
Like everyone's saying that the whole Black Hawk and CRJ was a targeted thing now.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to target one fucking plane? Especially in that area?
Right.
Like, the logistics behind the target one plane would be so hard.
I mean, also...
And like we said before, you're not going to just kamikaze in the goddamn.
Right. Why would you?
There's no reason.
Well, yeah, why would you do that?
Like, no.
I mean, obviously, if Buddy went rogue and he was suicidal and just fucking created a mass murder-suicide, then...
I mean, fair enough.
Possibly.
We'd have... Because even if that's the case, we wouldn't know.
Right. Because he's dead.
Because
we're not going to know that.
Because there won't be any recording of it.
Yeah, he's not going to...
He's not going to say it on fucking...
Yeah.
Was the Black Ops recorded just a normal conversation or just the ones between ATC and...
The only Black Hawk recording released is between ATC and the Black Hawk.
But I'm saying the black box itself, does it record just random conversations?
It should.
Like, not like if you're like talking to ATC or another plane or anything. Does it just record like normally? Yeah,
it should. Because it does between like co-pilots in a passenger plane, so it should between any crew members in a helicopter.
So you might be able to find something off of that.
Because I think the black boxes were recorded from Kobe Bryant's Sikorsky crash. And there was the pilot saying like about going down, and then like all the families were afraid or some shit. But, so I'm pretty sure it does, but I don't know for a fact.
I just don't know if it would or not, because I don't know if that goes into the whole see bullshit. If you're a military, I don't think be fucking more.
I mean, the issue here is it's gonna get released because it crashed into a commercial plane. If it was two military helicopters colliding,
that shit you would have seen
it.
You would have heard a peep about it.
No, you would have heard it. You'd have heard like two helicopters crash into each other in a mid-air collision. But like the army would do their investigation with the NTSB, and then nothing would get released after.
Nothing would get released, and it would not have nearly coverage.
No,
because ain't no one gonna say a word. Right. Remember, we had like no coverage on when they accidentally shot down two wrong planes.
Right.
I think they're just on like a flight, just a training mission or whatever, and then another boat was like, oh shit, enemy aircraft, shoot it, and then it ended up being our own.
Yeah.
But like, and nothing came from that.
Yeah.
I almost had a day for that.
Yeah.
My uncle said something about it to me, so I looked into it a little bit. Oh shit! But there's like no coverage on it anywhere.
Right.
That shit was pushing the rug so fast.
Right. But this one won't be just because it's a military and a commercial.
Right. If it wasn't for a commercial part of that, we wouldn't hear much about it.
No.
It would have.
And the findings from the investigation would probably not be announced to the public.
No, unless you have some kind of way to do it.
Right. But the fact that it's a military and a commercial, we're going to end up hearing about it.
So we're going to end up getting the recording from both.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be anytime soon, so don't get it all. Conspiracy theory. Go with your tinfoil hats out already. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while before you get any of that to even come out. They still have to complete their main investigation and figure out what actually happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like the main thing. Oh, you should have climbed 150 feet like that. This shit's so easy to do. Like, if you know anything about any kind of aeronautics, that's just so stupid easy to do.
Right.
Without noticing.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're not looking at any instruments.
For sure.
Because they weren't, because they were under visual flight rules.
Yeah. So you're not instrument flying at all.
So you're not looking at any of that shit because you don't need to.
Right.
You glance down every now and then, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're at the windows. You're not looking at fucking.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's people are so quick to put blame on shit.
Yep.
So fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then if after blame comes, 38,000 conspiracies about nothing.
Literally. They also don't amount
which is also disrespectful as fuck to the people who lost it.
Yeah. For sure.
Like even the missile one is the worst one. Saying that the
Learjet missile, that was bullshit. Yeah.
Like
that should have never
disrespect. You know how disrespectful it is to the crew and people on the flight.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Like that's no.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It is what it is at this point because we're fucked. But you know.
Yeah.
Like even all conspiracy theories saying that there's one person on the plane, that's why I took it down. That's disrespectful to everybody else on the plane.
Right. Yeah.
It's also disrespectful to the military guys too, being like that.
Yeah.
Like, you're just gonna under order to kill themselves? No.
Yeah, no.
It's not gonna happen.
No. Military does do some shady shit, but not that shady. Yeah.
They're gonna take out 65 innocent people.
Yeah.
Or 64 innocent people if one of them is.
Yeah.
That's not how we operate. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
We're not trying to take out civilians. If it happens, oh no. But
you're right.
Oops. Kind of.
Yeah.
Sorry, misjudged it a little bit, but there ain't much you can do about that.
Yeah.
Like trying to take out a terrorist organization, you take out maybe one or two civilians because they're around that area. I mean, ain't much you can do about that.
Caught in a crossfire.
Pretty much. And it's not even trying to help them cover it up. It's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it's not easy to take out one target and not take out
a whole ton of people. Yeah.
Because of splash damage.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that goes without saying. Like, our thoughts are with all those people.
Yeah.
From this whole week.
It's been the same this whole week.
Yeah.
But like I said, we wouldn't heard the one crashing in the building. We wouldn't heard a goddamn thing about that in LA.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have popped up anywhere.
Nope. Would have been in the LA area. That's it.
The Ohio one I told you about, that one popped up anywhere besides the Ohio. That's me trying.
Might not even pop up there because no one cares. Because it's Ohio.
That's fair. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for the one in DC, none of this would be coming out as much as it is.
Absolutely.
Like the fact I even seen the one from Alaska, that's just okay.
Right.
That's just somebody trying to say our military is doing dumb shit again, which they do it all the time.
Yeah, for real.
You know how much fucking money our military wastes, actually?
So much.
If you ever looked into the finances of our military, you wouldn't see that.
You'd be pissed about how you spend your taxes.
Yes, you would. Anyway.
Not how you do, but how the government spends your tax money.
Yeah, the government spends. There's a reason we have the highest defense budget in the world. There's a reason no one tried to fuck with us too much.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
I know you were talking about tinfoil hats.
Oh boy, here we go.
Chappell Roan's outfit at the Grammys. that hat was crazy.
Oh, you mean the one that had no one has career anymore?
Yeah, she kind of shot herself in the foot.
Yeah, she took herself out on that one.
For context, we watched a little bit of the Grammys before recording tonight.
I don't know. He's a big music buff. So
big music buff. And Chappell Roan won Best New Artist, I think it was.
Best New Artist.
Went on stage and, like, basically in her acceptance speech demanded that labels pay artists better. Like, you're literally about to get walked out of LA, bro. Like, you can't.
Your whole career is now done. Congratulations, you fucked yourself.
You just can't say that.
You have played yourself.
Like, you could think it and you could say it to your colleagues, but, like, don't call out the labels on the biggest the music show.
She didn't get muted saying that is crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
The amount of censorship they do on that stuff, the fact she didn't get muted, holy fuck.
I'm honestly, from the little bit that we watched, I'm most amazed about The Weeknd actually being on the Grammys. After he said
a whole thing.
Yeah, he boycotted it like 4-5 years ago, because the Recording Academy is corrupt. Which
so is every major fucking business.
Yeah,
by the way.
But the Recording Academy is like really bad.
I mean, they are, you know.
Because that was right when Starboy album was huge. Blinding Lights was massive. Or not Starboy.
Starboy.
Starboy's old as dirt. The fuck? What album am I thinking of? It's not My Dear Melancholy. It's the one
you said 4 years ago?
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Well,
whatever.
Anyways.
That album was massive. Blinding Lights was the biggest song in the world. And he didn't win.
Surprising enough, it still is.
Still huge.
Still massive for no reason.
But he didn't win Song of the Year, Record of the Year, or Album of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the biggest year of his career.
Mm.
So he said, they're corrupt as shit, their voting system sucks, so I'm not going back.
Do people say any kind of voting system, people say that. That's gross.
Yeah. Eminem said that, but he's actually stuck to it. So he had his huge interview with LL Cool J a long time ago, right after the MGK Eminem beef.
Okay.
And he said the issue he has with the Grammys is that he would be fine losing to like Kanye, Drake, Kendrick, somebody who's notably like well known in the industry, but losing a category to like some rando that's coming up, no offense to whoever that was, but like somebody who's still like kind of underground, not hit mainstream quite yet, losing a fucking category when that was, I think that was back when like, I think that year might have been like when The Monster was massive for him with Rihanna.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
From Marshall Mathers LP2 and Rap God and all that stuff.
Oh, like if you say Eminem, the one that people fuck bring up all the time.
Yeah, I think that's when that was, and he was like, "That's one of his biggest albums, definitely in the last decade, but probably in his entire career." And he's gonna lose outright to somebody who's not really even on the come up yet. They're still underground. He's like, fuck you, never invite me back because I'm never going back. And
that's fair.
He's not been back.
Same here going back.
No.
So. And
he was up for, speaking of that, he was up for a rap song or rap record of the year for Houdini. And they said, I saw earlier today that he was probably going to lose to Not Like Us. Shocker.
Anyway. Who's surprised? Literally no one.
Literally. And like that, he's cool with. But if it was like...
Right, that's fine.
Some random
SoundCloud.
Yeah, you'd be fucking pissed. And I'm sure a lot of people would be.
Which I will say, a lot of the SoundCloud rappers have started to get more recognition because of TikTok.
Definitely. TikTok's definitely helping that game.
Yeah, a lot.
Which is good because SoundCloud fell off.
Yeah.
I ain't heard that fucking app be mentioned in a solid 4 years.
Only reason I just seen a video like a day ago that someone's talking about SoundCloud. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's a thing still?
I didn't think it was. I don't know if it still is or not. I don't even know.
I think it is,
but the fact that someone mentioned it, I'm like, what the fuck?
It's not even relevant anymore.
The fact that someone even mentioned it was fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's I don't know. I never really watched Grammy too much. I only watched half an hour of it today.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, when I was growing up, it was like tradition for my mom and I to watch like every major music award show every single year.
The only award show I watched recently was Game Awards.
Yeah. But we would always watch the Grammys, the Billboards, the VMAs, the AMAs, the CMAs, the ACMs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we watched fucking everything. I think we watched EMAs one year, which was MTV's like Europe Music Awards, and we turned it on and realized
I don't know MTV did that.
Yeah, we turned it on and then realized like we don't know any of these fucking people.
I don't know who you are
because it's a bunch of like Spanish, French, German people that we just don't listen to. So we're just like, no.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, the only reason I've ever listened to any Japanese music is because of anime. So
that's fair.
And some of that shit's gas, to be honest with you. Like some of the intros, anime intros are insane.
So I haven't heard any of those, but I'm huge on is it K-pop or J-pop song with Bruno right now?
Oh,
Apata with Rosie.
I think
because she was in Blackpink. She was in Blackpink.
I think it might be J-pop. Okay. I don't think it's Korean. I think it's J-pop.
Well, the song's based off a Korean drinking game. That's why I was confused.
It might be Korean, but I don't think she's Korean.
I thought she was Japanese, but she also said she lived in Australia for a while.
I don't know. I didn't deep dive into her background.
But I fucking love that song.
Which is crazy because you hated that song for a while.
I did hate that song for a while. I hated like the really catchy bit in the middle, the Apata bit. I couldn't stand that part for a long time, but
the rest of the song.
I like the rest of the song a lot.
Also, that song gained a fuck ton of traction for TikTok.
But I'm like,
because people
for how much I love the rest of the song, I can deal with that stupid little catchy bit for 5 seconds.
Yeah, it just randomly I'll be doing something. I started in my head is saying, like, shut up.
You see Bruno's joke on Twitter the other day?
I think you think I've played on Twitter that much.
That's true. But he made a hilarious joke because he was this week announced as the first artist to ever surpass 150 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Apparently.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. And he fucking tweeted, said, keep streaming, I'll be out of debt soon.
Hey, yo.
I'm like, bro, that's fucked up. Hey, that's fucked up.
That's crazy.
It was hilarious, though. It got a good laugh out of me, for sure.
I don't know. Twitter is pretty good for some things, but it's also the absolute cesspool internet.
It is recently, yeah.
It's been for a while. Not recently. It's been for...
But it's like really bad recently. Yeah.
Most of it, a lot of it's just creators pushing OnlyFans.
Right. Yeah, that's very true.
So, which I mean, get that paper, I guess. Damn.
But also, marketing to a somewhat younger audience is kind of fucked.
So I don't know what Twitter being a younger audience. Now, Reddit, on the other hand.
Reddit and Threads are both really bad. So that's kind of fucked up.
But, you can't really push on TikTok too much because
you just get canceled.
Pretty much
get banned.
Just get banned
right away.
Yeah, you're just like, no. I think, because I think TikTok has some of the, like, certain things you can't say.
Yeah.
And that's just been before you all say because of Meta. No. Assholes. From last week. That's been around before this whole Meta talking started.
Right.
That's been around since that app started.
Yeah.
Where there's certain words you just can't. I mean, that's even on Twitch and YouTube.
Right. Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever the fuck, any kind of social media video sharing platform.
Yeah.
There's certain shit you just can't fucking say.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Like you just get, it's like, nope, shut down, fuck off, go away. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
Yeah. By the time we're done filming and everything, I think the Grammys will be over. But
that's fine.
It'll be fine. I'll go back and watch like performances and stuff.
It's not like you can't just Google it.
Yeah, I'll just get on YouTube tonight and watch performances that I missed.
Oh, I missed something. What do? I just do it.
That's the main reason I watch it. It isn't even for the awards; it's for the performances.
That's right. I want stuff that happened this week. Nascar.
With the Clash in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Bowling Green State or something. In the middle of fucking I mean,
which is fine because I haven't liked the Clash for years, but I especially hate the Clash.
I understand it's the first race of the season, but like, no one's fucking trying.
No one's trying. But
you can't try it. Then try to fuck small.
Yeah, that's why I liked the Clash at Daytona because it was actually a little bit competitive.
Yeah, because it's actually a decent sized track.
The Clash at the Coliseum the last few years was stupid.
Yeah, now you got rid of the Coliseum, and now we're at some random whatever, some other place now. So
right. But the Coliseum was built for the Olympics, and it's now home of USC football. It is not big enough for a NASCAR track.
No.
Not even close.
But yeah.
The haulers have to be outside the stadium, I think.
Yeah, they're all parked in some random fucking parking lot.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like pit area. There's all parked in some random ass parking lot.
Yeah.
Just all lined up and shit.
Stupid.
They haven't parked in a couple of parking lots.
Yeah.
I need.
Right.
It's. I never liked that anyways, but it's what it is. There's some people like it, and fair enough. I just don't see it being worth it. I guess it is something to watch between football.
Yeah.
Because of the Clash, and then take a week off, which is Super Bowl, and then it goes back to normal.
NASCAR.
Your normal scheduled program, NASCAR.
Yeah.
So.
Which is honestly fine, because the Clash on Pro Bowl weekend, nobody's watching the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, who watches live TV anymore?
That's very true.
Almost no watch live TV anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you watch like football or racing or something.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
That's the only time I'm going to be caught watching live TV, really, is for sports.
Yeah, otherwise it's
not worth it.
It's not worth it, dude.
No.
Because you can just watch all the TV shows without commercials on a streaming platform. So it's like.
But I hate streaming platforms. I severely hate streaming platforms now. Like.
But why?
During COVID, it was great because you could kind of finesse the system.
They are getting real bad as exclusive.
Yeah. I don't care about exclusives either. I care about...
You only watch certain things on a certain platform.
I don't care about that. I care about how much they're trying to, like, take money from people. Because literally now, like...
Business.
I'm aware, but, like, Netflix started their whole, like...
Oh, dude, Netflix is
not sharing households.
Worst culprit for that shit. Especially for the price.
Hulu is starting to
crack
down on it.
Netflix is not worth
it. Hulu's starting to crack down on it. Paramount has been cracking down on it. Max has been cracking down on it.
Like, I'll be honest how much I use Netflix, it's not worth it.
Right. And my family had Netflix for the longest time. And I was on the account to use it. I never watched anything, but I was on the account to use it. And now I can't because you can't share households. And then we canceled Netflix and Hulu.
The whole can't share different. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah. And we canceled Netflix and Hulu for that reason. Because you couldn't share between households. Yeah, but it always tries to log me out. And then I have to reach out to my parents for login info. And then it tries to log them out. And it's a whole thing.
We haven't had an issue with Because my mom has it, and we have it throughout the house, and then my sister has it at her house, and we haven't had it.
Right. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it's like absolutely not. So it's weird. But you guys might use it enough that it's not a problem.
Well, okay. To be fair, Dad does watch live TV on it. Particularly my TV.
Yeah.
They watch a lot of shit, so. Which he does use the live TV all the time. He's the only person left in the house that really uses live TV. I'll be honest with you.
If you give it till, I'm going to say probably 2027, you will have to have a Netflix account for every TV in your house. You won't be able to share an account between different TVs. Guaranteed.
So, see, I would be okay with that if Netflix was overpriced.
Netflix is already overpriced, but the fact that I have to have a different account for every TV, bro, and every one of them is going to be that way.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually, every one of them is going to be like that.
I kind of understand the household thing now, sharing it to someone else because.
Right.
That's another profit.
Right.
But like throughout the same house, it's fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah. But there was a way to bypass that because I'm on my parents' phone bill.
Mm-hmm.
So if I log into it on my phone and then cast it to my Apple TV, it's still up in their household. But then Netflix still wasn't working off of my phone because different IP address, Wi-Fi router.
Nope, phone.
No, when I'm connected.
Have a different IP as well.
Well, right, but when I'm connected to my Wi-Fi, then it's off of that IP address. So then it's different household.
If you are.
Yeah, but then I have to watch it on data, which racks up the data usage and then slows everything down for the rest of the month, which is fucking stupid.
Yeah, they do IP shit all the time.
So
I mean, that's actually
that is my gripe with streaming. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways, the only reason I want streaming is to be able to watch my sports when they're on. But like,
honestly, it's not worth paying.
But like, even this, St. Louis City, I have to have Apple TV Plus. I have an Apple TV, but I have to pay for Apple TV Plus to watch MLS. I'm not doing that.
Nothing's free anymore.
I'm not doing that.
I mean, nothing's free anyway, so it's...
Right, but I'm not going to pay for Apple TV Plus to watch MLS.
I mean,
and then Prime to watch the Mr. Beast games, and then Netflix to watch Stranger Things, and then YouTube Plus or YouTube Premium to watch the NFL.
I'm watching on Netflix, Arcane.
And then Max to watch hockey, and then Hulu to watch whatever else.
So
fuck you. I'm not doing that shit.
I mean, that's how you watch most of the Hulu live TV.
Right, but I'm not fucking paying for every single one of them.
I will say there is free ways to do it.
Yeah, you just pirate it.
None of them are legal, but there's ways to do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want to, it's a pain. You have to do like a bunch of APKs and shit.
Yeah, but
especially doing if you're trying to do a fire, so you have to download this proprietary app.
Yeah, but like
fucking run through APKs and downloaders. It's so great.
Talking about streaming services though, like the NFL next year, they've YouTube Premium raised their price by like.
Prime ended up getting part of streaming for NASCAR next year.
Right. Which that pisses me off too. But Prime already has Thursday Night Football, and then Netflix is now trying to get into football, and YouTube Premium has part of football, and NFL Network has part of football. If you want to watch every NFL game next season, you have to pay like $985 to get every game of the season, which is fucking stupid.
Unless you do a live TV then.
No, you still have to like hit all the no, because there's like exclusives on each one of the fucking streaming services. Thursday Night Football is exclusively on Prime. Yeah, that's true. There's exclusive games only on YouTube. There's exclusive games only on Netflix.
Well,
like the Christmas or the Thanksgiving games were. What was it? Thanksgiving or Christmas?
I think it was both.
Was it both on Netflix? Thanksgiving was. Yeah, I think Thanksgiving was on Netflix. I think they were both on Netflix. Yeah. Whatever.
But also, no one's gonna sit there and watch everyone because everyone's got their own team. So you're not like if
my dad will. Well, not next year, but he has for the last 40 years. Every game that's shown in his local market.
I guess there's
and then
some people that just don't.
And then my ex's dad has multiple Fire Sticks to watch every game for fantasy.
Oh yeah, especially in fantasy stuff.
So he's on top of all of his Fire Sticks and everything. He's fucking got to go pay $1,000 to watch football next year. Absolutely not.
No, and they have the crazy motherfuckers that have 6 TVs up, all with different games.
Well, that's how he is. So he has a projector with 9 different Fire Sticks. And the maximum, I think there's like 7 games on at a time when it's a busy week where everybody's playing. So you have that, and then the other 2 Fire Sticks are like fantasy channels that literally break down fantasy points.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so his projector is literally split 9 ways to show every game that's on at one time. And then if it's like Sunday Night Football where there's only 1 game on, then you just watch it on a massive screen.
Right.
But
have you ever seen those like LCD screens? The ones you can put panels on?
No, but
TVs?
The way his is he painted a wall in his basement with some sort of TV paint or something.
I think for this you just need a white paint. That's what I thought.
Well, he got some like special paint that's got more high definition visuals or something. Probably because it was pretty hard to watch. Not only because there was 7 games on at one time, but
I'm feeling
a little hard to look at. Yeah.
So,
what?
It's just. I mean, football I watched it.
Right, but I know a lot of people who run fantasy or don't cheer for a team. My dad is just, for example, a football fan.
Right, just as
an NFL fan. And he literally cannot watch games next season.
To watch
he can afford it, but he doesn't agree with the route it's going, so he's not going to do it.
There's a difference between the ability to afford it and the thought guy.
Yeah.
It don't fucking matter if you can afford it. If it doesn't make fucking sense, don't do it.
Right. That's exactly why. So next season will literally be his first season in probably his entire life where he hasn't watched every game of football that he wants to. Like, obviously there's shitty games that nobody wants to watch.
It's one of the things like, why would I spend that amount of money for what in return?
Right.
Especially because I'm the NFL.
Exactly.
No, you know that. Well, maybe.
Maybe, but look who's a conspiracy theorist now. You fuck.
I don't know.
Join the conspiracy theorists. Why don't you?
It's not even conspiracy. You can fucking see it running this day. The fuck?
I don't believe in the sports being rigged, but I mean, occasional games get rigged because maybe the refs have money on it, but
I'm not saying every game. I'm saying there's a couple that are pretty.
I mean, there's some where there's like bad calls or missed calls, but like
not even missed calls. I'm saying the ones where like you can blatantly fucking tell. It's like, hey, what the fuck?
I don't think so.
Anyway,
I don't think so. But I mean, there's definitely games where refs have bad games.
There's also the thing that I don't really give a fuck enough to care.
That's fair. That's very fair.
It's just funny to say it because it makes you somebody heated, so it's funny.
I'm not even heated at the fact that you say it. It's just like I just don't agree with it. But
I mean, and then there's also a lot of people that just that hate certain teams.
Kansas City.
A lot of people do that.
A lot of people hate Kansas City now.
I mean, there's a lot of their games had some pretty bad calls.
A lot of games had some pretty bad calls.
Especially a lot of ones.
Most of them in the Chiefs' favor.
Yeah, and especially a lot of the ones where the ball was on the fucking ground. And it's still a catch. Fucker bounce off the ground, still a catch. No, hit the ground, bad.
Against the Bills.
Against any fucking team.
Against the Bills, they'd have.
No, they did have it on the Bills too. Then the fact that they definitely are past the first down line that seemed like it somewhat moved.
I still don't think Josh Allen got a first down on that play, but
it was, it's kind of
I think he was short.
But also the way the refs were coming at it was kind of weird.
That was my only problem with that play.
That's not how you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's
it's a little sus.
just a little bit.
So
Guess we care that much about Google, fair enough. But there's
still watching the Super Bowl next week, so I don't care.
I'm not probably.
You're probably not, but
I might watch halftime show, but okay, I might watch it just for the commercials.
That's fair.
Because like usually fuck ads, but the Super Bowl commercials are pretty good. So
the last couple of years have been some down years for Super Bowl commercials.
I'll say it. I'm just waiting for Rockstar to pull some fucking stupid ass shit.
GTA 6
GTA 6 trailer come out, fucking Super Bowl commercial. What?
They would too.
They would too. They wouldn't even need to. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
It's not they need to, it's they just want to because they're assholes.
Yeah.
But, that's Rockstar for it.
Yeah.
If they can disrupt the entire world with something, there you go. Let it do it.
If Rockstar has a commercial during the Super Bowl this year, it's probably going to be the biggest commercial on the entire game.
Oh, yeah.
For the whole game.
I don't know. They probably won't. They'll probably wait till fucking middle of the year to say something.
Would they? Are you sure about that?
I'm telling you, we're getting GTA 7 before you get GTA 6.
It's just not how math works.
It's not, but
it's just not how math works. Also, we're not seeing GTA 7 till probably 2040.
Minimum 2042.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody was asking.
What did you say earlier? You said something we that song before GTA 6.
Snoop Dogg album.
Oh, you guys, the new Snoop Dogg album? Yeah, that's right.
Said it during the Grammys, but we were talking at work the other day. We'll end on this real quick, but we were talking the other day at work about GTA 6 and Red Dead 2 and GTA 5 came up, and we were like, when did Red Dead come out?
So long ago.
And we looked it up. It's 2018. But when I looked it up, guess what showed up? Red Dead. I just typed in Red Dead. I didn't get to 2 Redemption yet. And the first thing was 3 release date. I'm like, oh, I gotta see this.
It's speculation at this point, but
speculation as early as 2034.
Cat.
It's like, oh my god.
The way the release has been going, that fucker's not coming out until
2040.
38 at the earliest.
Like 2034 at the
earliest. If we don't get it by then or 2040, we're not getting GTA 7 until fucking 2058, 2060. Yeah, exactly. Their release schedule used to be very tight. It used to be pretty close, within a year or two. Then they started actually making good games.
GTA 5.
And it actually took them a little bit, and then they're like, oh. Yeah, we're just not going to make another game for like 5 years. It's fine. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Well, GTA 5 was 13, Red Dead was 18.
Yes, Red Dead was pretty good.
And then GTA 6 is 25.
Story-wise, I can't even...
So 13, 18, 25.
I just feel like they might have waited too long for GTA 6.
They probably did.
And now the hype's still there, but I feel like now there's this wall of it's gotta be the fucking best game ever, or they're fucked.
Yeah.
Is the problem right now. So it's like...
Well, so the issue I have there, I think COVID probably played a big...
Hurt a lot. It hurt a lot of game companies.
Yeah, it probably...
It did.
I don't think it hurt Rockstar at all. I think it just delayed the process.
Yeah. It hurt a lot of game companies.
Yeah.
For releases and stuff. So.
That's why COD sucks now.
Because they're so wet. But anyways, that's why they fucked their release schedule up on Farm Sim games.
That checks.
Because all of a sudden there's a random even year for a main title game. And there's always odd years for it.
Right.
So it went go again around the count.
Yeah. That checks.
Messing up real bad. So there's that. But anyway.
So yeah.
I don't know if I kind of took that away from where you're going.
I don't know. I was just trying to think of a summary of how to piece together a summary of what the hell we just talked about.
I don't. Anyway, don't fly.
Yeah, I was like, don't fly, and then what else did we talk about? So,
majority was
yeah. Yeah. So definitely the biggest thing that happened this week. But yeah. So we will call it there.
See you next week with something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what.
We'll be back next week with something. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow us everywhere. And we will be back with something else interesting to talk about, hopefully.
Something, who knows?
Okay, bye. See you next week.